The Senate will come to order. The senators will please take their seats. Those persons not entitled to the privilege of the floor will please retire to the gallery. The senators and all in attendance will stand and be led in prayer by Dr. Barbara M. Amos, Norfolk, Virginia.
I invite you to bow your head as I pray. Eternal God, we are grateful. We thank you for the many blessings that we have and for the privilege and the opportunity to serve in government. The tasks and the challenges before us are great, so grant us wisdom, understanding, confidence, and compassion as we move forward with the business of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Allow us to walk in integrity and to be men and women of honor and character. Let us remain ever conscious of the worth and dignity of every citizen of our state, every citizen that this body has been elected to represent. And even in moments of disagreement, help us not to be disagreeable. But may we, with clarity of thought and precision of speech, may we promote peace, seek justice, prioritize what is the common good, and may we with diligence strive for unity. I offer these prayers now. Amen.
Amen. Please remain standing and be led in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America by our new Senate page, Shreya Nair.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk will call the roll. All those present, please record their vote aye.
You have a quorum, Mr. President. Senate Journal for Wednesday, January the 8th, 2020.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The senator from Northern Fairfax, Senator Howe, moves that the reading of the journal be waived. All in favor of waiving the reading of the journal will record their vote aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their vote? Clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 38, noes 2.
Ayes 38, noes 2. The reading of the journal is waived. Clerk, report any communication from the House of Delegates.
We do not have any, sir.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The clerk will report any communication from the governor.
We do not have any, sir.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now comes the time where we have the opportunity to recognize our distinguished guest here with us in the gallery of the Senate of Virginia. I would give a reminder that the way this will proceed is that a senator will stand up and recognize an individual or group. I will then offer the warm welcome of the Senate, and at the very end, we will all clap together. And I would like to begin by recognizing the senator from, she's not here yet on the floor. How about the senator from Portsmouth, Senator Lucas? We're going to recognize you in 15 seconds. All right. We're ready. Senator from Portsmouth, Senator Lucas.
Thank you, Mr. President and members of the Senate. It is my honor to be able to introduce to you this morning the bishop who gave the prayer over the Senate of Virginia. She's a lady that I've known since we were little teeny girls, and I think I always knew that she would be a bishop because she was just a little bit different than the rest of us girls in the community. So if you don't mind, Mr. President, I would like for you to extend to Dr. Reverend Bishop Barbara Amos the warm welcome of the Senate.
Thank the Senator. Would Bishop Dr. Barbara Amos please rise in the gallery if you're able? Bishop Amos, thank you so much for being with us here today. Thank you for that really beautiful prayer. I thought it was tremendous and got us off to exactly the right start. And as Senator Lucas, now our President pro tempore of the Senate stated, you've been a leader here in the Commonwealth of Virginia for many years. We appreciate your moral leadership and all that you contribute to all of us, not only in Hampton Roads, but throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia. So we're proud to have you, look forward to having you again soon. And I would ask everyone, please join me in extending the warmest welcome of the Senate to Dr. Barbara Amos. The junior senator from Virginia Beach, Senator Kiggins. Would you like to recognize a group?
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to stand for the purpose of an introduction.
Senator has the floor.
I'd like to introduce representatives from the Virginia Federation of Republican Women who are here from Virginia Beach, up in the gallery. Welcome.
Thank you, Senator. Would our friends from the Virginia Federation of Republican Women in the gallery please rise if you are able?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for joining us here today in your capital, and thank you for traveling from Virginia Beach to be with us here in Richmond. We are grateful for your civic participation, grateful that you would take your time to be involved in the legislative process. It's so important to have thoughtful engagement from thoughtful people like you. So you're welcome here, of course, anytime. We echo the words of Senator Kiggins. I know you're very proud of her and her election here to the Senate. And I would ask everyone, please, to join me in extending the warmest welcome of the Senate to our friends of Virginia Beach and the Virginia Federation of Republican Women. Senator from Henrico, Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise for the purpose of an introduction.
Thank you, Senator. You have the floor.
Thank you. I would like to add to Senator Kiggins' previous introduction. We, this morning, were very appreciative of the Republican women from all over Virginia coming and hosting a breakfast. And I was unable to attend because of a last-minute meeting that we had, committee meeting. So I'm sorry, but I'm so glad we get to see you today. And in the gallery amongst their company is Nancy Akers from the Tuckahoe Republican Women's Club. And they work tirelessly, Mr. President, to help us in our efforts both with our constituents and with our elections. So I'm so grateful to be able to introduce her today.
I thank the Senator. Would our friend Nancy Akers from the Tuckahoe Republican Women's Club please rise in the gallery? Nancy, thank you so much for being here today. We're grateful for your participation and echo the eloquent words of the Senator from Henrico, Senator Donovan. Thank you for all that you do to stay engaged in the Commonwealth and to help elevate our politics. We appreciate it very much, and you're welcome here, of course, anytime. And I would ask everyone please to join me in extending the warmest welcome of the Senate to our friend Nancy Akers. Senator from Hampton, Senator Locke.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise for two introductions.
Thank the Senator. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the gallery today is Dr. Cassandra Newby Alexander and her husband, Dr. William Alexander. If you would please extend to them the warm welcome of the Senate.
I thank the Senator. Would our friends Dr. Cassandra Newby Alexander and Dr. William Alexander please rise in the gallery? Thank you all so much for being with us here today. It is an honor to have you. Thank you for earlier being with the governor and the cabinet to announce some really tremendous historic efforts to recognize people who in our history have not often been recognized. And you have been scholars and done tremendous work over many years, and a dean at Norfolk State, Dr. Newby Alexander. We are grateful for your leadership over the course of many, many years and look forward to many, many years to come. You're an award-winning historian and author, and you have helped elevate this Commonwealth of Virginia for a very long time. So we're grateful to you. We love you both, and you're welcome here anytime. I would ask everyone, please join me in extending the warmest welcome of the Senate to our two dear friends. Senator from Hampton, Senator Locke.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would also like to introduce Dr. Kalita Fairfax and Mr. Tony Fairfax from Hampton. Also, they are my constituents. If you would please extend to them the warm welcome of the Senate.
I thank the Senator. Would our friends Dr. Kalita Nichols Fairfax and Tony Fairfax please rise in the gallery? Dr. and Mr. Fairfax, thank you all so much for being here with us today. It is an honor also to have you both here. You, of course, also were there with the governor and the cabinet earlier today to announce some of your tremendous efforts to help Virginia not only commemorate 400 years of history, but to help this Commonwealth rise and be a light in the darkness in this nation. And so we are grateful to you. Dr. Fairfax, of course, you were the chair of the Hampton 1619 Commemoration Commission and did a phenomenal job with that over the course of several years, culminating in last year's get-together. You also were the chair of the State Board of Historic Resources, and in that effort have really led the entire Commonwealth of Virginia over many years. Tony, you're not so bad yourself. You're a great demographer, a great scholar, and we appreciate your work and your wonderful, beautiful daughters who we love, Natalie and Layla. They are just tremendous, wonderful, beautiful young ladies. So thank you for all that you do. We have the same last name. I claim you, you don't claim me, but I love you both very much. And I would ask everybody to please join me in extending the warmest welcome of the Senate to our friends Dr. Kalita Nichols Fairfax and Tony Fairfax. Do any other senators wish to be recognized for purposes of an introduction? Seeing none, the clerk will call the calendar.
Senate calendar for Thursday, January 9, 2020, memorial resolutions.
Senior Senator from Fairfax, Senator Saslaw.
Mr. President, I move that the memorial resolutions on pages 1 and 2, that's Senate Joint Resolution 4 through Senate Resolution 4, be considered in the block in the usual manner, waiving the reading of the resolutions thereof, with the understanding any senator desiring a resolution to be removed from the block will do so after the clerk has read the title of the resolution.
Thank the senator. Question is, shall the memorial resolutions on pages 1 through 2, Senate Joint Resolution 4 through Senate Resolution 4, be considered in the block in the usual manner, waiving the reading of the resolutions thereof, with the understanding that any senator desiring a resolution be removed from the block will do so after the clerk has read the title of the resolution. All in favor of the motion will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is agreed to. The resolutions are before us in the block. Clerk will read the titles of the memorial resolutions.
Senate Joint Resolution 4, celebrating the life of Alan Arnold Diamondstein.
The senior senator from Fairfax, Senator Saslaw.
Mr. President, I ask Madam Clerk to please take that out and by for the day. We're circulating a sheet so everybody can sign on as a co-sponsor. Okay.
Thank the senator. Without objection, Senate Joint Resolution 4 will come out of the block and go by for the day.
Senate Joint Resolution 10, celebrating the life of the Honorable Constance Kelly Rice. Senate Joint Resolution 20, celebrating the life of Doris Ruth Hardy. Senate Joint Resolution 23, celebrating the life of Willard R. Haydig. Senate Joint Resolution 24, celebrating the life of Annette G. Kramer. Senate Joint Resolution 37, celebrating the life of Melanie Bandazian Kerniklian. Senate Joint Resolution 40, celebrating the life of Harold L. Wilmington. Senate Resolution 2, celebrating the life of Georgia M. Shivers. Senate Resolution 4, celebrating the life of Roland Carroll Smith, Sr.
The resolutions will be agreed to in the usual manner. All those in favor of agreeing to the memorial resolutions will please rise. The resolutions are agreed to.
Commending resolutions.
Senior Senator from Fairfax, Senator Saslaw.
Yes, Mr. President, I would move that the commending resolutions on page 2, which is just SJR 17 through SR 1, be considered in a block by voice vote, waiving the reading of the resolutions with the understanding any senator desiring to have a resolution removed from the block do so after the clerk has read the number of the resolution.
Thank the senator. The question is, shall the commending resolutions on page 2, SJR 17 through SR 1, be considered in the block by voice vote, waiving the reading of the resolutions with the understanding that any senator desiring a resolution be removed from the block will do so after the clerk has read the number of the resolution. All in favor of the motion will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is agreed to. The resolutions are before us in the block. The clerk will read the numbers of the resolutions.
Senate Joint Resolution 17, Senate Joint Resolution 22, Senate Resolution 1.
Mr. President. I'm sorry.
Senator from Accomack, Senator Lewis, sorry.
Could Senate Resolution 1 come out of the block and by for the day?
Without objection, Senate Resolution 1 will come out of the block and go by for the day. Question is, shall the resolutions be agreed to? All in favor of agreeing to the resolutions will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The resolutions are agreed to. Senior Senator from Fairfax, Senator Saslaw.
Mr. President, I'd ask Madam Clerk, does that complete the calendar for today?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Senator. Is there any other business to come before the Senate? Seeing none, the clerk will report any announcements on the desk.
Today, Thursday, January 9th, the Committee on Transportation will meet 15 minutes after adjournment, Senate Room 3 in the Capitol. The Committee on Privileges and Elections will meet 30 minutes after adjournment, Senate Room A in Pocahontas. Tomorrow, Friday, January 10th, the Committee on Rehabilitation and Social Services will meet at 8:30 a.m., Senate Room A, Pocahontas. The Democratic Caucus will meet 1/2 hour before session, Senate Room 1, the Capitol. The Republican Caucus will meet 1/2 hour before session, Senate Room 2 of the Capitol.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. For what purpose does the Senator from Alexandria, Senator Eben, rise?
I rise for an announcement.
Senator has the floor.
The Gun Violence Prevention Caucus will hold a meeting today at 3 p.m. That'll be in the Pocahontas Building, 5th floor, in Subcommittee Room 1. And legislative aides are welcome if members can attend.
Thank the Senator. For what purpose does Senator from James City County, Senator Norman, rise?
Mr. President, I rise for purposes of asking a question, I believe, of the chairman of the Transportation Committee, which I think was announced to meet 15 minutes after adjournment, if you would be so kind to yield.
Will Senator yield for question?
I yield.
Senator Yields, you have the floor.
Mr. President, my question is there would it create enormous inconvenience if you met 30 minutes after we adjourned?
It would not. That's absolutely fine. We're just going to be hearing some short presentations on innovative technologies. Shouldn't be there longer than half hour, 40 minutes.
Okay. If you, Mr. President, if you would do that, I'd be very appreciative. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
With that, Mr. President, I would encourage all members of the Republican caucus to immediately, upon adjournment, go to our prayer meeting room.
Thank you, Senator. For what purpose does the Senator from Roanoke City, Senator Edwards, rise?
Mr. President, an announcement.
Senator has the floor.
On your desk, you see a blue memo and a pink memo. This has nothing to do with the sex of your firstborn. The blue memo is a list of circuits, judicial circuits, in order, 1 through whatever they are. Next to that is the list of the senators whose district touches upon the circuits, and a list of the House members whose district touches upon each circuit. The pink sheet has the list of Senate districts in alphabetical order according to senators, and to the right of that, it says which Senate district each senator touches upon, the number of judicial circuits each senator's district touches upon. Hope that's self-explanatory. Keep it because you might need it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank the Senator. For what purpose does the senior senator from Chesapeake, Senator Cosgrove, rise?
Thank you, Mr. President. For a very brief point of personal privilege.
Senator has the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, I just want to remind everybody that today is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. As we've seen around our Capitol and the Pocahontas building and all around the capital city, we have state police, we have Capitol Police, we have Richmond Police, we have sheriff's deputies, we have all kinds of law enforcement folks that are out there protecting us. And they do that every day, not just during session, but all the time. So when you see a law enforcement officer today, say thank you. And let's actually appreciate them on their special day. Thank you.
Thank the senator for that. Senator from Arlington, Senator Favola, for what purpose does the senator rise?
I rise for an announcement, Mr. President.
Senator has the floor.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to note that the Committee on Rehabilitation and Social Services will be meeting at 8:30 tomorrow morning. We had flipped the time back and forth. I was trying to accommodate members who had other committee assignments at similar time in the morning. It will be 8:30. The location is accurately noted on our calendar. Thank you.
Thank the senator. Do any other senators wish to be recognized? Seeing none, I will call on the senator from Portsmouth, Senator Lucas.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move that the Senate do now adjourn until 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Thank the senator. Question is, shall the Senate adjourn until 11 a.m.? It's 11 a.m. tomorrow? Okay. To 11 a.m. tomorrow. All in favor of the motion will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is agreed to. The Senate stands adjourned until 11 a.m. tomorrow.